Liverpool have reached the delicate moment in the season where attention is no longer focused solely on results on the pitch. Behind the scenes, questions are beginning to surface about the future of one of the club's most influential figures, and the answers may not be as straightforward as many supporters expect. With major decisions looming and long-term planning underway, subtle developments have started to raise eyebrows across the game. Contract timelines, external interest, and shifting priorities are all converging at once, creating the conditions for a scenario few would have anticipated not long ago. As Liverpool weigh up their next move, the possibility of a dramatic change is quietly taking shape, one that could have significant consequences for the club's direction moving forward. Let's break this down in today's video, along with all the other Liverpool news from the last 24 hours. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. Mohamed Salah's long-term future at Liverpool is once again under intense scrutiny, with growing indications that a shock summer exit cannot be ruled out. While no immediate move materialized during the January window, the Egyptian remains firmly on the radar of the Saudi Pro League as it prepares for another aggressive recruitment drive ahead of next season. Salah has entered the final 18 months of his Liverpool contract, a position that inevitably invites speculation. Despite his continued importance on the pitch, there is still no clarity over whether the club intend to extend his stay beyond the current deal, nor whether the player himself sees his future remaining on Merseyside under Arne Slot. Saudi officials are understood to have identified Salah as one of their prime targets for the summer, alongside Real Madrid star Vinicius Jr. According to reports, the state-backed league is planning for a significant reset, with several high-profile names potentially departing the Middle East at the end of the campaign. That restructuring could open the door for another blockbuster pursuit of Liverpool's number 11. Jason Burt of The Telegraph reports that clubs such as Al Ittihad and Al Hilal are monitoring Salah's situation closely, believing that developments at Anfield could make a deal more realistic than in previous windows. Salah has been a long-term obsession for Saudi recruiters, with Al Ittihad seeing a £150 million bid rejected in 2023, but confidence remains that the timing may finally align this summer. That said, any suggestion of an imminent January departure was swiftly cooled. Burt claims that while tentative contact was made with Salah's camp earlier this month regarding a potential shock mid-season move, those approaches were met with no encouragement. At that stage, neither the player nor his representatives showed interest in entertaining discussions. Even so, the Saudi Pro League is described as confident in its ability to lure Salah in the near future, particularly as Liverpool edge closer to a point where decisive contract calls must be made. At 33, Salah is still operating at the elite level, but the window to secure a monumental fee for him is narrowing. From Liverpool's perspective, the situation is finely balanced. Salah remains one of the highest paid players in European football, earning around £400,000 per week, plus bonuses following the 2-year extension he signed in April. Few clubs outside Saudi Arabia could realistically match those wages, giving Liverpool limited leverage if talks stall. Yet reports from The Athletic's James Pearce earlier this week suggest Salah has never given any indication that he is ready to walk away from competing at the highest level in Europe. That stance complicates the narrative, hinting that any exit would need to align not just financially but competitively. On the pitch, Salah's recent return to action has underlined why Liverpool remain reluctant to contemplate life without him. After a spell out of the side and a break for the Africa Cup of Nations, he made his first start in almost 2 months in the Champions League win over Marseille. While clearly short of sharpness, missing a late chance to add to the scoreline, his overall contribution drew praise from teammates. He's shown so many times that he has the quality to change the game, Dominik Szoboszlai revealed after the 3-0 victory. Even if he didn't have a goal or assist today, he was still working hard. Sometimes you have to close your eyes and work hard for the team, and probably the next game he will score or assist someone. For now, Salah's focus remains firmly on Liverpool and the challenges ahead, but the broader picture is impossible to ignore. With no contract resolution in place and Saudi interest intensifying ahead of the summer, the coming months could prove decisive. Whether Liverpool double down on keeping a generational talent or brace for his seismic departure, one thing is clear: Mohamed Salah's future is no longer a question for the distant horizon. In other news, Gerrard has the same frustration with Arne Slot's interviews as many other Liverpool fans, urging the head coach to stop talking about low blocks. It has become a tiresome theme of Liverpool's season. Not only do they struggle to break down low blocks, but Slot will point that out before and after almost every game. That does not make it any less true, but it is the view of many supporters that it is on the head coach to find solutions and not continually point out his side's flaws. Speaking during TNT Sports coverage of Liverpool's 3-0 win over Marseille, one of the rare occasions in which they did not come up against a deep-sitting defence, Gerrard shared that opinion. He needs to stop talking about low blocks, the former captain said. Low blocks have been happening against Liverpool ever since they played, and many years before me. That's just the way it is. Teams are going to do that. They're going to try everything they can to try to stop Liverpool. The key is you have to find the solutions. With the players, you will then turn those low block games into wins rather than draws. But it's not going to change. It's what this team is going to face. They're probably going to face a low block at times against Bournemouth at the weekend, but they've got to be ruthless. And the big players have got to step forward and score the goals to win the games, because they are difficult to win. There is a sense that with the Premier League morphing into a more physical, less open, low-scoring league, it may be that Liverpool's best route to success this season is in the Champions League. Beat Qarabag next week and they are assured of a place in the last 16, and Gerrard believes Slot has a squad capable of winning the tournament. There's still an awful lot for this Liverpool team to play for, he continued. The FA Cup is huge, finishing in the top 4 is huge, but even more important is this Champions League. He needs to stop talking about low blocks. Low blocks have been happening against Liverpool ever since I played, and many years before me. That's just the way it is. If they can keep this group of players fit, and if towards the latter stages they can be in the competition further on, and they could then introduce Alexander Isak back into the squad. This team has proven that it can go the distance in this competition. They were ruthless in the right moments tonight, and the most pleasing thing for Arne, besides the clean sheet, will be how they took the game away from Marseille. But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. We post all the latest Liverpool news every day, so join our fast growing community so you never miss out. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.